Now, in first four columns, name, subject 1 means subject 1 marks, subject 2 marks, subject 3 marks. Four columns. 4 columns into 5, 20. Those are the input data. We are entering. Names, names we enter. Thereafter, subject 1 marks you enter, subject 2 marks you enter, subject 3 marks you enter. Here, one professional habit is there. What is that? Normally, students enter column wise because whenever you press enter key, here you type arm. Immediately you press enter key, it comes here. Then you type ball. This is not the right habit. Actually, this is a record. A record wise, you have to enter data. So here, don't press enter key, press a tab, then it comes here. So in the subject 1, 55, subject 2, then 65, subject 3, 60. Like that you enter. So this is relating to one student. This is called record. Technically, it is called record. Record wise you enter. Don't enter this that however you enter the data. All 20 items you enter. But there is a procedure. For everything there is a procedure. You should always understand what are the organic habits and those things you have to follow. Row wise enter. Row wise enter. Once you start that, you are in the beginning stage. Once whatever habit today you implement, the same is continued. So the point you have to understand. In this manner, first enter name wise, and corresponding mark, second name, corresponding mark, third name, corresponding mark, fourth name, corresponding mark, fifth name, corresponding mark. You enter. So all the 20 that is input data. Input data means we enter. Thereafter, output data. Output data, how you do that? By using formula to calculate. So in the fifth column, what is there? Total marks. Total marks. What is the mathematical formula? Subject 1 plus means subject 1 marks, sub 2 plus sub 3. Mathematically, you do like this. But in Excel, it is different. In Excel program, you use cell numbers. Cell numbers like C3 plus D3 plus E3, like that, and all we enter. Now, because of using tables, we need not search for complicated cell numbers, and sometimes we come to mistake also. Every time we have to search. Here, labels we write. Labels we write is the most convenient one. You never commit a mistake. So, for this, what is the algorithm? How to write label? First, write a square bracket. In this at symbol, you write. This is the at symbol. Thereafter, subject 1, you have to write. Here, one point you have to understand. If you suppose you write maths, instead of subject 1, you want to write maths, then simply this is a correct syntax. But here you are using spaces, gaps, or symbols and all that. Then what we have to do? Then one more square bracket you have to write. Understand? Normally we do this. That's why this one, just to remember one time. Otherwise, you come to mistake and waste your time. Where error occurs and all, you do not know that. That's why from the beginning, be careful. After writing entire formula, then once again check up. Okay, and you can find, if you correctly write, color changes you can find. Otherwise, same color you can find. That by your experience, everything I cannot give you like a spoon feeding. So in this way, you write. Thereafter, how you write? At symbol. Thereafter, sub 2. Thereafter, at symbol, sub 3. This is the way. Generally, if you are a beginner, normally become mistake, don't worry about that. Make a probe and do it correctly and all that. Now, automatically, you can calculate total marks. Here, one thing, for first row, you calculate, and once it is correctly executed, automatically remaining rows, there may be 5 or 500, all these are filled using the same formula. Okay. Thereafter, average marks. You have to calculate average marks. Here, actually, in the next concepts, I will explain this. One round function, use that round function. It is useful for rounding up. But if I explain about that, you are distracted. It's simple. You take it as a round up and all that. Then how you write that? This is a function. That's why you have to write that. Then here you see what is the formula at how you have written in this. You should not commit any mistakes. Sorry. Total marks. Total marks you are writing. Here you see 1, 2, 1, 2. These are a common mistake. So how many subjects? 3 subjects are there. Actually, this round requires why you are putting 2. Actually, a fraction number will come. Fraction number means by default 5, 6 digits will come and all that. So why you are writing 2? Then you after decimal you are expecting only 2 digits. Suppose if you don't want anything, after decimal point you put 0. It is a round up. Round up. Regarding round one concept I am going to give you, there you can understand. I don't want to give you half information at any point of time. So now in this case we are expecting after decimal point 2 digits we are expecting. That's why we are writing 2 here. Suppose if you are expecting, we make experiment, nothing wrong. So 1 if you want 1, 0 if you want 0. And that means after decimal no number is repeated. In this way, you have to calculate average marks and all that. Average mark. Thereafter, we have to find out grading. A very complex formula is there that we have to write. Actually, before writing program and all that, once you write on the paper, then you can have 100% clarity. It is being a beginner, no doubt, it's a tough thing and all that. But what is tough once you do that? A professional may take 5 minutes, you may take 20 minutes. Nothing wrong in that one time with that. Now, let us write the formula for calculating grade. This is the formula. Don't terrify simply by seeing that. Just routine. Actually, once you try to understand that, just matter of 10 to 15 minutes you have to study and write it on the paper. That is the organic habit. Read and write. Reading and writing are the organic habits and all that. Simply watching, it is registered in a temporary memory, it goes automatically. So, after understanding and without copying, you write it. After writing, you compare with this. It is this code. And then, if any mistakes are there, you correct it. But in final writing, there should not be any mistakes and all that. Okay. And where we have to type it, on the top of formula bar is there. The formula, regardless of its length, we have to write it in the formula bar. Whenever you are writing a formula, it starts with equal to symbol. If you miss it, normally beginners do that, then error comes. So start with that. Now thereafter we are writing what are clauses. It is a known domain. So if clause. If clause actually in every language, Python, Java, C, and in Excel also we use. If we have to use, then there are alternatives and all that. We use if. Suppose if the neighboring shop is closed, you go to the next bazaar and get the medicines. So that is the way. Here you see that you can easily understand. For that, no technical knowledge is required. But syntax you should follow. Already I told you about that. Here a space is there, space symbol. If it is a single word like English, maths, then here square brackets are not required. In all cases, extra square brackets are required. That point already explained to you. That is continued. Okay. Now if is a function. So for every function, it should start with this and it ends here. This is the corresponding thing. For every opening parenthesis, then closing should be there. That point here 4 comes. How 4 comes later you understand that. Don't do anything blindly. You need not by heart or memorize. Just understand. Okay. Do everything logically. Okay. Now average marks. I don't tell about all these things. Simple. Average marks percentage is greater than or equal to 70. What is that? Distinction. It is a string. You must always write within pair of double quotes. Thereafter, it is a separator. Don't forget. Because this is one class, this second class, third class, fourth class, fifth class. Then always use comma is the separator. So you understand naturally. If the average marks are greater than or equal to 70, what is the grade? Distinction is the grade. Next, comma, second class. If average marks are greater than or equal to 60, what does it mean? 60 to 69. What is that? First class. And again comma. You don't forget, it should be written as a string. String means writing enclosed by pair of double quotes. Thereafter, what comes? If average mark percentage is greater than or equal to 50, that means 50 to 59. That you need not write. Just then second class, then comma. Thereafter, average mark are greater than or equal to 35, third class, thereafter comma. Else, here all these are ifs. Else, no shop is open, come back home, then pay. For all of them, clause is there. What is the clause of failed? If less than 35. Now we see less than 35 is not covered. Automatically it comes here. Invisibly it comes, then fail. Okay. Then one more thing I have to tell you. For this complementary, we have written. What is the complementary? This is for every opening bracket, closing bracket is required. Then thereafter, this is there, this is there, this is there. For all of them, these are 1, 2, 3. If you forget where error comes also, you do not know. Be careful. For every opening brace, so opening bracket, opening, closing, opening, closing, opening, closing, opening, closing, opening, closing. If pair is not there, error comes. That point always you make a check until unless you satisfy 100%, don't type it. Why you waste your time? You get headache. Sometimes you leave the computer and go. That position you will be annoyed. So you should not be in that position. Thoroughly understand. Already I told you, while writing, think like a professional. After completion, you feel like a professional. This is a challenging thing. This is a third program, but you definitely can do that. After 20 minutes of my explanation, I came to the actual program and all that. Without having that knowledge, you cannot do that. 100% guarantee I can give you. Why you waste time in colleges and all that? After 6 months of your learning also, you may not write this. That's why just after 2 hours of your working, they are able to write this project. That point you have to understand. Logically, one thing I want to tell you, don't expect everything short. I want to serve you a feast, but if you expect a short and all that, I have to serve you a mini meals. That don't expect that. I expect you become a professional. For that, you take your own time. Instead of 1 hour, you take 2 hours. Ultimately, you have to do this program and all. Here, everything already explained to you. And just I give a briefing what to do and all. Then here, 7 columns are there. First 4 columns, those are input data. You have to enter data, name of the 5 students, and subject 1 mark, subject 2 mark, subject 3 marks. While you are entering, row wise, what is the Ramesh mark? Subject 1, Ramesh, subject 2, subject 3, you enter. Thereafter come to Suresh, thereafter come to Meena, etc. and all that. That is called record, 1 person, 1 student's record. You have to enter. Thereafter, you have to calculate total mark. Where you calculate, I already explained to you for that. Always you remember, already explained to you. Being a beginner, here on the top formula bar is there. There you have to type formulas. Start with equal to symbol. Then whatever is the formula, you start with the equal symbol. Then you have to write the formula and correctly. Immediately after writing formula, don't press the enter key and check once. Why you commit mistakes and waste your time? Check once. Thereafter, you enter. Here the thing is in the first column, first cell, the total marks are filled like 300, 220. Then you automatically remaining 5 columns. If you use cells and all that, you have to drag it down. Here no dragging. The first automation, you enjoy it. Thereafter, the same principle applicable for average percentage. First one you calculate using formula in formula bar, then automatically remaining rows are filled. Here those are 5 only, but there may be 500, 5000, all are filled automatically. Thereafter you calculate grade using the grade formula. Thereafter automatically first one distinction you calculate, thereafter everything is automatically filled. You should experience that. You enjoy it, no doubt about that. And one more thing I am going to tell you, I am providing for these 8 concepts in group A, I am placing, and for all of them I am providing a detailed ebook. First you download that, if possible take a printout. Always don't depend on soft copy and all that. We have a printout on hand and all. Just 20, 30 rupees you have to spend and all that. If you have a hard copy in that hand, it is the most powerful thing that always you can enjoy it. So first you understand that. Take your own time. Don't put a limit. Normally, if you are a professional, it may take 30 to 40 minutes time. You may develop that time. Don't worry. Don't worry about the time. But if you complete this on your own, you can experience the sense of achievement that I cannot describe. You should experience that. And after that, finally, everything I am going to give, what the relevant data and all that, everything I am going to give you. And instead of if, a simplified version is there, if else. If else is there, same thing you can use. Otherwise, if you cannot use, don't worry. Later, in one of the future programs, I am going to explain if else. If else is instead of if else simplifies type code. That's it. If you want to do that, do that. However, if you finish this project on your own, then you feel you start enjoying Excel program. In the beginning, I told you where you enjoy, there you never get tired. So by this program, you start, you learn how to enjoy programming. Once you start enjoying programming, sky is the limit for your success. This is my promise. Take it as a landmark and complete it. And I request you all to subscribe my channel. I provide you everything what you need to evolve into the industry ready professional or job ready professional. Everything, not only Excel. I am going to provide you Python, Java, etc. and all that in future.